Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching. Today we're taking a look at the top 10 worst plushies that we sold in 2023. If you didn't watch the top 10 best plushies that we sold, I'll have that pop up at the end for you and you can watch that one as well. I'm going to preface this video with saying not everyone would list these plushies that I'm about to show you, and that's okay. Everyone's business model is different, and everyone's acceptance of having fluff or bread and butter or filler items in their store is different. Not everyone is a volume-based business. And I also would never source these singularly or from the thrifts or anything like that. These types of plushies are the ones that come in the wholesale lots that I buy. If you get a bag of plush or a really good deal on a bunch of plush, I would say that these are okay. But I wouldn't go look for a Hallmark Santa's Workshop elf bear that I'm going to sell for $13.40 all in with shipping and pay $1 or $2 for it at the thrift. I do buy almost all of my plush, probably 99% of it, in wholesale lots these days. And usually you're going to pull out a couple of plush that are going to pay for your whole entire purchase. You're going to get some good things when you buy wholesale. Once that's paid for, everything else in that lot, is icing on the cake. It's pure profit. So I list everything I get. But there are some sellers who will dig out the ones that are really good, the ones that are probably mid-grade bread and butter, and maybe redonate the rest. Or you can lock them up and sell them in lots, which is a good idea as well. Because I pay so little for my plush and I get so many of them and I buy such big wholesale lots. And this goes for thread-up boxes of jeans as well. I list everything I can. If it's not damaged, stained, or destroyed to a point where it's not worth listing, I'm going to list it. I don't feel like it's a waste of my time because I'm really fast. There's two of us doing this. And I always do make sure that I pull out the best stuff first. So I pull out those bolos. I pull out those money makers. And I save these little guys up until I have a box full of the lower end bread and butter or the poopy plushies. And then I'll sit down with that box and I'll watch a movie and I'll photograph all of them. And then we can list them as we need to or want some filler, or want to build up our listings. That said, let's jump into these. So these are all going to be the little guys that came out of wholesale lots that didn't sell for very much. Some of them were mistakes and some of them were poop, and we're going to talk about each one. I've pulled out the top 10 from 2023 lowest items by using my List Perfectly catalog. I went to sold items and had to have plush in the title. And then I made the search lowest price first. And then I just went down and made sure that these sales were in 2023. If you're not using List Perfectly, you should be. It's a really good tool for your business. It's more than a cross-posting service. I have a playlist that talks about List Perfectly if you are interested. I'll have that pop up at the end as well. And you can always try it out for 30% off your first month with code FlippinHippos. So we're going to go through these. I've got them by category or by platform, I should say. Sorry. I've got them organized. There were 2 Poshmarks, a handful of eBays, and 2 Macaris. And then I've got my List Perfectly catalog here to show you some runner-ups. So let's start with the Macaris. This is the Hallmark Santa Workshop bear. He sold for $6 plus $7.40 delivery fee. On Macari, where the fees are only 10%, I made $5.40 on this bear, which is why I list everything. I don't make it a point to source these. No, I don't make it a point to sit and do these all the time. Like I said, I save up a big old box full and just watch a movie and get her done. $5.40 is extra profit out of that wholesale lot for watching a movie and working at the same time. It makes sense to me, but we do have a volume-based business and we do have a lot of filler items like this. So that's okay. for our business model. Here's a Thai teeny rubble dog from PAW Patrol. So this is another $5.40 profit on Macari because their fees are only 10%. He's super cute. I like the PAW Patrols. I think they're cute. They have a good sell-through rate for us. They sell pretty quickly. The more obscure characters are going to sell for more money and more quickly than your common ones like what's his name? Marshall, the fire dog, Chase, the police dog. Rubble's getting pretty common as well. Let's move into eBay. So this is a very small 2-inch little pound puppy. He actually sold to a buyer who bought 2 plush. So we ended up making more off of him than I thought I would because they didn't ask for combined shipping. They just purchased him for the $5 plus $5 shipping. And the other plush, they also paid $5 shipping. So we made a little extra money there. Next is the Disney Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie Boogie. So it sold for only, for like $4. But again, if you have wholesale lots, sometimes you're going to find handfuls of stuff. And you're going to see that when we get over to my Posh sales, where you can lot like characters together. This was my only Nightmare Before Christmas little keychain. But if I would have had more characters, I could have allotted them together. And they don't have to be exactly the same. You could have the tiny 4-inch Oogie Boogie Disney keychain clip like this. And then you could have like a Thai Nightmare Before Christmas Jack. And then you could have like a regular Sally. And you can lot characters together, even if they're different brands or different sizes. One thing my friend Robert really likes to do is little lots of like mom and baby. So if he has a bigger Beanie Baby and the matching smaller Beanie Baby, we all know Beanie Babies are kind of poop, but you can put the big one with the small one and lot it up like it's a mom and a baby. You can put different types of like farm animals and jungle or safari animals. You can do an ocean theme. You can do a big bundle of really tiny plushies, like 20 of them, and call it like a Carnival prize pack. Listen, I used to work in recreational therapy in the nursing homes, and I know that teachers don't have very big budgets either when they hold carnivals. So that's what we did. Like when I worked in the recreational therapy, we had a carnival every year. We took our residents to the parking lot that we created and built for them. And I would go on eBay and look for a box of 20 little plushies for prizes. So don't be afraid to lot things up either. Like I said, if you save them up like I do in a box, and then you're doing them all at once, you can kind of eyeball what you have and create these lots. And you can make more money that way too. If you have 20 rinky-dink poop plushies that you're putting in a carnival pack, you can probably charge, $2, $3 a plush. So you're looking at $60 maybe for 20 little rinky-dinks. So I always tell folks, especially if you're shopping wholesale, especially if you're buying big bulk lots, you should be pinching every single penny of profit that you can. You paid one price all in for that purchase plus shipping to be delivered directly to your door. Don't be afraid to pinch every penny of profit. You can, but you don't have to sell them singles like I do. You can make lots. This is Lucy Goose. So this is a poop. You guys have heard by now the Goodwill Blue Box debacle. I did try one of their plush boxes. It was like $37, all in with shipping. And you're supposed to get a variety of plush. I had 3 that weren't Beanie Babies. The rest of the box was Beanie Babies. So I did, I lotted a lot of them up together. Dogs, cats, etc., like we just talked about. And some of them I just sold singles. I watched a movie, took some pictures. They're selling slowly but surely. I mean, this was $10 all in. Not too shabby for poop. Here's another example of something you could lot up. This is a Hallmark Itty Bitty Star Wars. And I actually have a Star Wars lot of these Itty Bitties that I had listed a couple months ago. But I didn't want to take that listing down and redo the photographs to add Yoda to the lot. But I'll show you the lot. Here they are. So this is Star Wars Itty Bitties 5-inch. It's got Han Solo, Obi-Wan. I should have asked this to edit so I could show you the photo. We've got Obi-Wan, C-3PO, and Luke. So you can do lots like this, and you can see that I'm asking like $25 for this. So I just didn't want to redo my listing. So I just put Yoda up by himself for $5 plus 5 shipping. Here's a Build-A-Bear plain t-shirt. Build-A-Bear clothes that are themed, or if you can build an outfit. I built a lot of outfits out of that wholesale lot I bought of the Build-A-Bear clothes. If you can put a cute shirt and a skirt and some shoes together or whatever, you can charge like up to $20 and even more if it's like Hello Kitty or Barbie or something that's trending. But even these plain t-shirts, if you just have one and you don't have enough to lot up, you can get 5 plus 7 shipping. So that's $12 for a plain blue Build-A-Bear t-shirt. I do try to lot these up as much as I can, but this shirt came in a box of plushies and it was just kind of hanging out in there by itself. So I decided to list it. But when I purchased the big wholesale lot of Build-A-Bear clothes, I took all the plain shirts and made a lot. Then I made outfits and things like that. This is a DreamWorks Troll. This was actually kind of surprising and disappointing that he sold for this little and he's comping at this little. Trolls may be oversaturated. The movie, did it just come out or is it about to come out? There's a new Troll movie. I figured they were going to do a lot better, but they're still comping pretty low, which is an example of why you shouldn't race to the bottom. And people should be paying attention to pop culture, because when a new Troll movie comes out, we should all be raising the prices on our Trolls. All right, we're going to get into the two. This one's surprising, the two Poshmark sales. Squeezimals are poop. On our Plush guide, they're listed as poop. Their sell-through rate is low. Their average sale price is like $3. But miracle of miracles, I got $12 for this one on Poshmark, which is really good for this. I cannot stress to you how much poop these are. Do not source them. If you find them in a wholesale lot, you know, save them up till you have a couple or whatever. Maybe list them on Poshmark and ask for $12. That was just a nice surprise. And then here's a lot as an example. So in one of my wholesale purchases, I had 4 of these McDonald's Happy Meal masked singers. There were a lot more of these that were sold in the Happy Meals. I only had the 4, but I just put them together. Of course, you can see I only got $6 for them. On Poshmark, anything under $15, they take a straight $2.95 fee. So I made $3. But $3 to me is $3 I didn't have, and I could have just redonated these. But if you add up all the $3 and the $5 and the $6 for these little guys that I still get, they can almost pay for the lot themselves. If you add up all the poop and the small sales, I bet you I could have paid for most of the wholesale lots. And then you've got the good ones in there that are selling for a lot of money. So I wouldn't make it a priority. That's why I keep like mentioning and repeating myself about how I save them up. And then I just watch a movie or something. Always make your money makers a priority. So if you get a lot of plush or a wholesale buy, take 5 minutes to sort through it and pull out the bolos and the huge money makers first. Pull out anything that has to do with holidays that are up and coming. Like right now, you really want to be getting your Valentine's Day and your Easter plush listed. Pull out your Build-A-Bears because those sell well. Pull out your Disney and stuff like that. And save these. Save these guys for a rainy day or a snowy day when you need inventory, when you don't want to go out to the thrift store. And you can sit down and say, I have an entire box of these little guys like this. And maybe I can just put on a movie, grab a cup of coffee, and take some pictures. So don't make them a priority and don't go out of your way to list them. Always, you know, we try to do first in, first out. So everything that we source, especially like right now, most of you know that at the end of the fall, we always start buying a lot of wholesale and sourcing more because we try to source enough that we can get through to the spring so that we don't have to go out as much when it's cold here in Pittsburgh. And we always try to list what we've sourced first. So first in, first out. But you also have to keep in mind when you're sorting through it, again, pull out your money makers and pull out your seasonal stuff first. But list everything all the time. Don't save your winter items for next winter. Don't save your Christmas plushies until October of this year. List them now. Like, list everything all the time. They'll always sell. I sell Christmas plush in the middle of the summer. I sell Easter plush all year. That's one of my best-selling categories for plush. So list all the things all the time, but just kind of keep it in the back of your mind that you want to prioritize your money makers, your seasonal, and then everything else. And also first in, first out, because you don't want to source really great stuff and it gets buried in your death pile and a year later you find it. Because also another thing, sometimes something that's selling well right now may not be in 6 months. So if you know something's a bolo that you just sourced, you want to get it listed as quickly as possible because trends do change. Life changes. I mean, just look at like during shutdown, during COVID in 2020, puzzles and board games were best sellers and they're not that great now. So keep all that in mind. This is a teaching channel, so I did want to show you all of my top 10 worst plushies, but I also want to teach you along the way and give you some advice and tips and tricks and how I do things. So here's some of my ones I wanted to mention. You can see this guy has no brand, and I sell generic, no-name plush all the time. You just got to use really good keywords to make sure your title's good. If you have a generic plush with a heart or an Easter egg, you want to put Valentine's Day, Easter. If it's clearly Christmas, you want to put all that stuff in your title. But with good keywords, you can sell pretty much anything. This NASCAR bear, don't buy NASCAR bears. Y'all, don't buy NASCAR bears and do not buy Hard Rock Cafe bears. Poop, poop, poop. Peeps. So the thing with Peeps, the tiny ones are bread and butter at best and kind of low end like this. Your medium-sized ones, the ones shaped like Easter baskets, and your giant ones sell for a lot of money. And I have a couple now that I just photographed, and I've sold them in the past. They're like 2 feet tall, and they weigh like 2 pounds, and they're giant Peeps. The first time I ever had one, I think I sold it for $40, but that was like in 2017. And things change because people race to the bottom. Don't do it. Don't do it. Peeps. This is Greenbrier, which is, I believe, a Dollar Tree plush. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is Dollar Tree, though. But it's an Easter Bunny plush. So, but you can see here, these are all the lower end guys from my wholesale lots. Here's a Greenbrier chick. Of course, I used Easter chicks and ducks. And any rabbit, really. You can use Easter as a keyword. This one has a heart that says I love you. So, of course, I put Valentine's Day. Here's an Easter Peep with a Santa hat. A Beanie Baby with a Santa hat. Hey, speaking of Hard Rock Cafe bears, there's one right there. I still have some left from a big buy I did years ago. And they are still selling slowly but surely, but I will not source them anymore. Melissa and Doug, if you find their plushies, a lot of them are part of play sets, so you can sell them as like a replacement because kids lose things all the time. There was like a vet set that came with some animals, and this is one of the cats. All right. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video, let me know down below. Or reselling in general, whatever. I answer everybody. I'm happy to. Join our Facebook group as well. Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You can ask questions in there, and everybody's really nice. Go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.